Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to my No Man's Sky video. This is Shalom Magi, and this is just another day in the life of your friendly neighborhood galactic explorer. And little recap on yesterday. I think I did two. Yeah, I did two Quicksilver missions, and that was pretty cool because that allowed me. Or I done one. I'm sorry. I had a couple that I did the other day. I did one Quicksilver mission yesterday, and had a little bit of Quicksilver, so I went ahead and just bought some more decorative stuff. Wound up touching up my sort of summertime paradise planet base. Killed a lot of Sentinels. Got a couple missions, and I wiped out a lot of Sentinels, which was cool because I do need to continue to get the weapon upgrades for my multi-tool. Oh, this is kind of funny. So, got my Atlanta multi-tool. Now, this thing is really just for mining, really. So, I after the episode ended, after the episode ended, I did a whole lot of light year jumps, right? And every time I went to a new system, of course, I stopped at the space station because I'm continually trying to find a little bit more powerful multi-tool or neutron cannon upgrades. And but anyway, I had found a paradise planet in one of the systems that I jumped to, and I went down and checked it out, and it was pretty decent. It was pretty nice, right? However, it had aggressive sentinels on it, which is not a big deal. I just found the spot I wanted to build, and I built a tiny little shack, put a roof on it. They couldn't really do nothing to me. Um, but a few times they were kind of getting on my nerves. So, and of course, since I was building a base, I had my Corvette parked right there because then I have access to all my materials. And I wound up activating the Gravitino coil on my multi-tool. Now, this is the only multi-tool that I actually have that thing on. And that's because, if I'm fighting something and I kind of want to switch weapons, I feel like the less weapons that you need to, push the button to get to is better. So in this weapon, yeah, it's, really just for mining. So I had this weapon and I wound up grabbing the Sentinel. I should have taped this. I should have recorded it, but it just happened, and I kind of did what I did. But I grabbed the Sentinel with the Gravitino coil, and I dragged him into my Corvette with me, and I shut the hatch. So he was like trapped in my Corvette with me, and like I've done that before, pulled them into, they'll wind up in my base, and even though they're aggressive, when they're like inside of, I guess, like what would be deemed your property, they don't tend to attack. They just kind of stand there, or they're floating there kind of confused. So he's like trapped in my Corvette, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to fly out into space and then go on autopilot, open the hatch and throw him deep in space. But the moment I took off, he wound up, I guess, escaping or just whatever. Pretty funny, though. So the first thing I want to do is I want to get my guys sent out on the mission. And, all right, so two balanced, one voyage of discovery. So what I'm going to do, because I do not have two of these going on, two industrial. I'm trying to figure out I may just keep my living frigate at the moment as industrial. I don't think it matters. Or I could switch him over to explore. Let me do that real quick. Just by pretty much feeding him a different food. So right now you can see his stats are highest in industrial. So I'm going to give him some mystery meat stew, and I think this will take him back to Explorer if I'm not mistaken. Okay, he wants a different diet. Fair enough. All right, let's see. Is it purge ribs? It may be purge ribs. Okay, that's taken him to trade, which is fine. We do have a trade mission, so I guess what I'll do is maybe I'll sign him to be the top dog on that trade mission. So I'll go ahead and do that first. And yeah. Oh, well, yeah, gonna need a support. Okay, and 2 more trades. Oops. 1 more back, yeah. And then, of course, I need a combat, and I think I might have a low level. No, I don't. Okay. All right. And I did get I think it's a fuel oxidizer or something. So I want to find the toughest. I guess the Voyage of Discovery would be the toughest because it's the 2 stars that have the highest light years. So go ahead and do that. And I'm going to assign Voyage of Discovery. So I do have a low level explorer, though. Raider support, and then 2 more explorers. And I'm going to assign a buff, fuel oxidizer, expedition duration. That's kind of like a universal buff. This will work with industrial combat, whatever. But then you have the other ones like, trade specific, exploration specific, industrial specific, combat specific. This thing is like kind of universal. It'll work with any. All right, yeah. Launch that expedition. Okay. So all the low levels are sent out, or the 1 low level is sent out, so I can just kind of blindly just smash through this. Okay. And then 2 balanced. All right. Combat, exploration, industrial, trade, and support. And I will just rinse and repeat that. Yeah, combat, industrial, exploration, trade. Oh, my bad. Support. All right, so that's good to go. I would like to do a really fast light year jump. And of course, before I hit the black hole, I'm going to go into that space station and just continue to look for neutron cannon upgrades, maybe some Starship stuff. And okay, so Galactic core. Here we go. So I'm at 438. Like I said, I did a couple light year jumps. And yeah, I just want to get to a bunch of new galaxies. It's not like a major goal to get to all 256, but yeah, just want to get to a few different galaxies. All right. And I don't want to push my luck here too much, so let me see. And I'm looking for normal space stations. There we go. 3 conflict. I'll meet you there. All right, first things first, just do a quick little planetary scan here. Swamp planet. All right. And I will meet you down in the space station. Okay, we're at the space station, everyone. As you notice, I've got my, excuse me, my black Sentinel. And that's because I think last week, it was a couple episodes ago, I was really focusing on trying to get each of my starships completely outfitted, right? And what I mean by that is usually like I'll carry these things in my inventory with me because I may not have the space, because I'm always going to focus on getting all the practical stuff that helps the ship run better. But I will keep this stuff on me, and then if I need to find, if I need to find like a trade hub, I can always like remove something like the Starship Trails and put this there and do my scan. Um, but yeah, I was focusing on making it to where I don't have to do that. And he's pretty much set up. And again, I hate when this happens, when the other two disappear. Uh, this guy's got really good numbers. However, there's nothing I need to add, but there is something I need to replace. Okay. I mean, this could get replaced absolutely, right? That's not all that great. And it's not bad, but also I can replace this, right? That's not that great. So I could literally replace two of these and get something better. Don't know if this guy's going to have any cyclotron modules, but since I'm stopping at the space stations and checking the weapons merchant, I might as well check the Starship guys. Eventually I will find that, and yeah, I want that. And unfortunately, I only have a couple salvage data to give you. All right. And eventually, I want to get my new ships set up like that as well. Okay, so they don't have what I need. Let's check. I've been checking these lately, just out of curiosity. Now, that's a pretty decent looking standard multi-tool, right? It's not all colorful and stuff. Oh, it's like an alien pistol. That's pretty cool, I gotta say. Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely pretty cool for standard multi-tool, I guess. All right, so yeah, they don't have the stuff here. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and fly right on through that black hole that we have here. I will meet you on the other side. Okay. Big old planet right in front of us. Let's see. Guess I'll call my starship or my dreadnought right there, and I'll meet you in the planetary scan room. Oh, okay. Got a pretty populated system here. A bladed planet. Huh. You know what? I forgot to hit the space station before I jumped on the freighter here. So I do want to go down into the space station. I've got my settlements to worry about. I'm running out of stuff to donate. I'm going to have to pretty much reload back up or something. Oh, geez. 2 cargo bulkheads. That's great. All right. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I had upgraded my freighter. Moved around some things. Looking pretty good. Okay. Oh, you know what? I do need a shield for, I believe it would be my new solar ship. So let me go ahead and grab that. All right. Yeah, always trying to maybe improve my scanners. All right, I'm just going to go ahead and port to my whatever settlement may be under attack. Not sure if either one are. No. So we'll just go with the autophage, and I will meet you all there. All right, not sure if they're done my heat capacitors. Yeah, they are. Cool. Current population, so it's starting to build its way up a little bit. I mean, I could lay off on the happiness part, so let's see. Blah blah blah. Permission to begin an expedition. A training and breeding program in mind. Wish to search among local fauna, suitable animal companions. Yeah. That's cool. And let me go ahead and unveil my building. Okay. So this will be a Class B now. Five enormous metal cogs. I do have 5 enormous metal cogs. Alright, cool. Yeah, I'll meet you all at the Corvex spot. Alright, so I guess my quantum processors are not done. Okay. Debrief the settlement, the expedition. Yeah, we'll just put that towards settlement reserves. Alright. Yeah, so I'm going to port to my uranium spot right here. Should be instant, pretty much. Check on my overseer. Maybe take a picture for him. Maybe check on my weapons guy. He'll probably... the only problem with that is I am completely full on multi-tools at the moment, so I wouldn't be able to take what he's got for me, but that's not a problem because I could just offload this right here onto my weapons rack and then accept whatever if he offers me a multi-tool, and he probably has a quest to like a time-based quest. Examine multi-tool. Yeah, let's check it out. Wow, Class A. Not bad. So yeah, let's go ahead and take that. And I'll take this to the anomaly and basically salvage the thing. This guy's probably got a quest for me, a time-based quest. So another location of interest, go that you may hone your control of the exocraft. Track down the signal before it disappears so that we may siphon its units. Okay. Yeah, go ahead and do that real quick. I'm gonna stick with my black sentinel until I get at least one cyclotron, or maybe I should try to shoot for 2, and then I'll switch back over to probably one of my new ships. Landing pad for free takeoff. All right, so I'll head back to him, and then I want to talk to my overseer. So I'll meet you back at the base. There's a little activity on the network, Traveler. Perhaps we can try again tomorrow. Let me summon the hovercraft, the Nomad. Okay. So he's totally maxed out on, I guess, boost. Yeah. So I could fusion engine, fuel system. So I think I can get another one of these engine modules. Let me see real quick. All right. Yeah. All right. So I don't even know if adjacency applies to these, since there's really no way to really check it out, but I'm probably going to wind up putting one of these in this spot right here. I'm thinking the traction, I don't know. Give data. All right. A couple free nanites. Got my little droid here keeping these guys company. You taught me each time you enter and leave this home of ours, you see the world, and all I see is world of glass. Grant me some small comfort, travel places you visit. Okay. All right, everyone, heading back to the freighter. All right, we're back on the freighter, and it may have been the last system, but let me check. There was a bladed planet right there. I would say that's a pretty strange world. Let me see if I can fly down there and take a photo of it, and if that will satisfy my overseer. And right here would be a good spot. Bladed planet. Okay, so yeah, we got some sharp-looking fauna, I guess that would be, or maybe that would be minerals. Yeah, fauna. All kinds of blades growing up out of the ground, I guess. And I think this is a hostile. Sentinels, high security, so it's not necessarily, yeah, aggressive. All right. This looks like a pretty good vantage point, right? Take a photo. Right. See if that satisfies the mission. Yeah. Cool. It did. So you know what? Let's go ahead and call in the anomaly. And I'll meet you up in there. All right, everyone, we are here, and I made sure to disable multiplayer because in yesterday's episode, when I accepted a Quicksilver quest here, it was fight a bunch of space pirates, and I was in multiplayer, and pretty much my screen just completely got blocked up, totally, and I had to pretty much restart, and that canceled the mission, and so collect a bunch of Fecium. Man, 722 Fecium. I don't know about this. You know what? I'm curious because, I mean, that could take like all freaking day. Let me see if I just collect it off of out of my inventory, storage. See if if I'll get credit. Okay, awesome. So I was able to get away by doing that. It's very cool. All right, everyone, I'll meet you at the secure depot. All right, we got some guys wanting to die here, so I'm going to oblige them. They're messing around with me in the wrong ship, pretty much. Because this ship's pretty strong. Man, it's a lot of them. All right. Anyway, yeah, I was on my way to hitting this spot right here. So there have been times I tried to do that where I tried to I'd get a Quicksilver mission. It said, you know, collect 750 activated copper or something, and I would just go directly to my inventory, and it wouldn't accept that. So I seen a landing pad like really close here. Right. Oh yeah, trade post. Okay. Oh, am I gonna make it? Yes. All right. So before I even do this, I want to remember to equip this crappy multi-tool, because once I go up to the anomaly, I need to salvage this thing. So deliver 500 Fecium. It wanted 750. All right, whatever. Let me call my ship to me. All right, everyone, I'll meet you all up on the anomaly. All right, cool. Yeah, I'm not in like major need of multi-tool expansion kits, but I'm wondering what I'll get as far as units, I guess, right? Credits, units. Uh, 63,000. Well, probably wasn't even worth it. Okay, so I do need to return to my overseer at my uranium base, but I want to make another light year jump. So I'll meet you all on the freighter. All right, going to make another light year jump. However, I'm not going to immediately go through the black hole. I am going to hit the space station and see what kind of tech I can get. There we go. Viking system. I will meet you all there, everyone. All right. All right, I'll meet you all down in the space station. Hey. Neutron cannon. There we go. All right, cool. And while I'm here, let me check that out real quick. First compare it against this one. So, charging speed 36. Man, doesn't even have that great of damage. So, immediately, that's pretty much for sale. I'm pretty sure this is for sale. Mining beam for sale. However, check the scanner real quick that I got. Yeah, I'm not. I mean, it's got good numbers on it for analysis, but I'm not trying to lose scan range. Yeah. So, that's a different type of explorer, isn't it? I don't know that, I don't know that I've ever seen those kind of wings on a freaking explorer. Wow. I don't care for them that much, but they're different. Huh. Okay. I am going to hit the space station in the system where my settlement is. I think they have, I'm pretty sure they have a cyclotron module. If not, I still need to go there to turn in a mission for my overseer. All right, let me check here real quick. No. Okay, and yeah, since I'm here, let me go ahead and turn that into the overseer. I can't imagine there's anything that he would have for me. I just figured I'd do it. I haven't done it in a while. All right. You have been far afield, traveler, I can sense. What a comfort to these eyes of glass, traveler. The base is full of joy today. Take these crumbs as a token of my appreciation. Cool. Yeah, so that gives me something to give the guild envoys. All right, so I'm going to port back to my freighter. However, I will just sort of meet you at the front of the black hole. You know what, everyone? I just remembered that I've got these two storage bulkheads. Oh, and anyway, okay. So yesterday I was mentioning how I was going to maneuver some of this stuff around, which, you know what, since I'm in the mode where it wants me to add a bulkhead, it's not showing me the numbers. So I've got 2 spots. So maybe I'll put one bulkhead on the bottom, and then I'll put one towards my inventory. And there we go. So pretty much, I did improve the numbers slightly. However, it's not giving me all the stats, so I'll be right back. Hey everyone, I had to log off and restart just so I could bring back all 4 stats. And I got a little bit of an improvement here on the fleet coordination. I do believe it was like 56.6. Not a big improvement. At this point, everything is really tiny. I was shuffling around a lot of this stuff, and I had gotten my hyperdrive range up to like 5,700, but these numbers were quite a bit lower. And I thought, well, 5537 on hyperdrive is still an improvement from where I was previously. So I decided to just take a little bit of a less strong jump to hyperdrive, still a little bit of a jump, and try to get this number up a little bit, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, that's where I'm at on that. But anyway, we are here to hit that black hole, so I will meet you at the black hole. All right, everyone, I will meet you on the other side. All right. Oh, you know what? I just noticed I'm in the wrong Sentinel ship, actually. I'm in my newest one. Really like it, but I want to focus my attention to the black one. So, not a big deal. I am going to hit the space station real quick. I'll meet you down in there. All right, and I just want to call in the correct the Sentinel. I want to focus on that one. All right. And again, now I did just get, I think, yeah, I got this item right here. So they may have a need for that. Yep, gonna definitely take that. And oh, so he doesn't want that. All right, that's fine. Still looking for two cyclotron modules, actually. And taking a glance at that newer Sentinel, maybe 3, but you can only get one at a time. I mean, I could do the whole create a restore point, jump in my ship, but not that important, really. All right, let's see if this guy's got some decent neutron cannon technology. Nope. Okay. All right, so I'm going to hit my freighter and I'll meet you there. All right, going to do a quick planetary scan. Pretty drab looking. I... Oh, that's odd. Where am I at light year wise? 425. So I guess, I guess I'm just going to try to get to under 400,000, and I have no fuel, so let me take care of that. Um, yeah, yesterday after the episode, I went ahead and, like I was saying earlier, I found a paradise planet, and I was like, yeah, I'm going to build a base here. Whoa, it wasn't that big of a deal. Um, it was more like, I want to practice some sort of newer base building techniques, pretty much, right? I wasn't pressed to build a base. I just wanted to work on some techniques. And I started thinking, I haven't done a lot of building with like pure glass cubes. And I think they wind up looking pretty cool. Like, to me, they have a very modern, clean look to them, and I do dig that. But I haven't done a whole lot with them. I had a base back in the day where I did take a bunch of glass cubes, and I pretty much made like just a really generic looking sort of dinosaur museum with all my fossils. And I mean, I might do something like that again, but it would be kind of cool to have sort of a big glass base. Maybe have different things like biodomes and some of the circle buildings. I don't know. All those kind of things really go together pretty well, though. Because they're all part of the same, like, page of your address, of your construction blueprints. So, all right. Nothing too interesting here. I'm just going to I'm going to do a couple light year jumps. If I'm lucky, maybe I'll find a planet where I can go down and just mess around, really just practice building with the cubes, actually, because I would like to make something cool with the glass cubes, but also, well, hold on a second. Hold on. Yeah, there's a black hole here already. All right, everyone. I will meet you on the other side. All right. Call in the freighter. Do a quick planetary scan. All right, might have a possibility here. What's this? Abandoned planet. Okay, it kind of looked like a paradise planet, erupting planet. So that's probably a nasty spot. I want to check aggressive sentinels, not so much. All right, but you know what? I do want to hit this space station, so I'll meet you down there. All right, everyone, same drill. Just see if I have something to donate. Maybe they have something for me, and also check the two vendors. Multi-tool. I mean, I might as well take it. All right. Yeah, I'd be really surprised if they don't have one, because, man, I've been searching for a while now. Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, but I would like to, I'd like to mess around with, getting used to using those cubes. That's a cool looking explorer right there. Class B. Maybe just keep pushing till I get to under 400,000 light years, I think. So right now we're at 414. I can probably get under 300,000 or really close to it in one jump plus a black hole. Something I didn't do was stop at the space station, so that's just too bad. Just going to go ahead and push forward with this. I think we'll go there. All right. I actually want to go to the space station after I do this scan. Oh, so this is cool looking. Interesting looking system. Arid desert, right? Lost to fire. Foaming planet. You know, might have to go there and check that out. Capped planet. Might have to go there and check that out. Ultramarine planet. Okay, so this is an interesting system right here. Ultramarine is the same as my quartz base, so kind of has those gravity type storms and also, yeah, I want to check this system out. First, I will be at the space station, so I'll meet you there. Okay. I guess since I'm on this side, I could check. You know, I haven't checked any of the missions, but I can do regular missions really anytime. Come on. Didn't want to hit that. Yeah, I think it's worth it. Just keep buying scanners and hopefully I get lucky. It's got some scan range on it or something. Maybe, maybe not. All right, come on. Have a cyclotron for me, damn it. Well, he's got a cyclotron, but it's not a S-class, unfortunately. Okay. There we go. All right, so you know what? Hopefully I have time. I want to check out most of these planets in the system. Maybe not the deserted desert planet. That's pretty typical, but these other ones sound really interesting. So I will meet you up. Hold on now. What do we got here? Captain Entity, I have troubling news. We have encountered strange entities in the Useus True sector. They shimmer in and out of existence, and our equipment cannot capture their image. Our efforts to communicate have been in vain, though they have caused us no harm yet. What should we do? Broadcast music. Tell the fleet to stop their conventional hailing messages. Instead, broadcast a piece of music. It may succeed in communicating where words have failed. Possibly, right? Okay. Oh, man. Close to these freighters. So, foaming planet. I'll meet you down there. Okay, yeah, this is pretty cool. So this could be a potential spot to build a cube base on. Yeah, the bubbles are cool. I've got a couple bubbles I've collected. Maybe I could find some bubbles here to collect. Wow, some big ones. Let's see. got over here? Big old, just a big old plateau. Oh, here we go. Got an animal here. I'm gonna feed him. Strike berries. I think I already have one of these as a pet. I do want to check the other plants because there's a few other interesting sounding ones here. I think, yeah, I think I'm going to stay in this system, and I am going to put a base down in it. Again, not for a particular ore or anything. I just want to practice my cuboid base building type thing. So, all right, I'm going to hit the next planet, which will be. That's pretty typical. Desert's typical. Arid's typical, but a capped planet. So I will meet you at the capped planet, everyone. All right, coming in on the capped planet. I mean, from above, it looks like a freaking paradise planet, but let's see. Okay. Yeah, another interesting spot. Capped planet. So mushroom caps, I guess, is what this is supposed to be. They're like mechanical looking. Pure ferrite, unnaturally sculpted. Oxygen. Yeah. Chromatic metal. Wow. Yeah, this is an interesting system. So basically, I'm probably going to throw a base down on one of these planets just so I can always like come back to this spot at times. Maybe I'll wind up doing a full survey of this system or whatever. Sodium. Oh, so that is where I must have been on a planet like this because I got a couple of these things back at my summertime base, pretty much. So there's probably more of these I could actually pick up. Hydrogen. Yeah, this is some wild stuff here. The last one is, of course, ultramarine. I have an idea of what that's going to be all about. Yeah, so pretty decent find. I will meet you all on the ultramarine planet. All right, coming in on this planet. Let's see what this is all about. Oh boy, pretty tough, terrible looking terrain. That's for sure. But if it has those big gravity storms, I guess, hitting those at a lucky time can get you over a lot of these things. But yeah, this is not necessarily where I don't think I would want to really build a base on this planet. Yeah, so this is a pretty, I don't know. It seems to be a pretty boring type planet. I mean, it has hexberry, but, whatever. I got food pellets, so I'm not too worried. Yeah. Let's see, give off like milk probably. Yeah. Yeah, got these like bug insect creatures here. Look at this bad boy. Holy crap. Wow. Let me ride him. Yeah, he's nasty looking. All right. I'm good. I like the bubbly planet, the foaming planet. That was cool with the bubbles. But I think I want to probably going to look for a spot to mess around with some cuboid base building at the capped planet, and if I'm lucky, I will have come up with something fairly cool or interesting that I can share on the next episode. But yeah, not too not too interested in this specific planet. I mean, it's got some so it has hexberry. It has these pulpy roots, so that's kind of cool. And now all of a sudden, it's looking a little bit different. So, this is just a. I thought this was like, it kind of looked like water from a distance. Wow. So, it is interesting. Yeah, I mean, I guess right here would be like ideal building spot, right? It's completely flat. All right, everyone. I'm going to hit the freighter. I'll meet you up there. Hey, everyone. I'm back. So, um, I was thinking of actually putting a little base down on that last planet I was on. You know, initially I was like, oh, I don't think this is a very cool planet. But when I discovered that flat spot there, and it was surrounded by water, but I thought, man, such a flat spot seems like it would have been a good place to put a base down. But I think I want to keep traveling more towards closer to the center to put a base down. I'm going to do a bunch of light year travels once the episode ends, and if I come across something interesting, I would like to put a base down, but I want to get a little closer to the center of this galaxy before I do that. So yeah, that's about it. I am going to call this episode quits at the moment. When I get done, I'm just going to continue uh, pushing forward, pushing closer and closer to the center of the galaxy, and hopefully, I find a planet or two that are pretty unique and different. So, yeah, thanks for watching, and until the next time, peace out, everyone.